morning. Welcome to Village in Motion. Today is Wednesday, March 7th, and it's the time of the month for Michael Ritt, our executive chef, and Mary Smith, one of our dietitians, to join us for our monthly call-in show.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. And before I forget it, I want to remind everyone of our telephone number if you'd like to call in with questions for either of our guests. It is 703-663-3333. So if you have questions or comments, please feel free to call. Who would like to go first?
Ladies first.
Mary, tell us
what first. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm really excited for March because March is a big month for dietitians because it's National Nutrition Month.
National Nutrition Month.
And
sounds good.
I don't know if many people know this, but dietitians are all part of a huge nationwide academy called Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And each March they choose a theme that they want us to kind of promote across America. And so this month's theme is Go Further with Food. So teaching our communities how to use food, so you promote less food waste, as well as making food enjoyable, that not just food that takes away your hunger, but like you enjoy it and it works for you. So like receiving the benefits, so like learning tricks that you can still enjoy the foods you like. Maybe you have to sneak them in a different way, but like just taking an extra step to make those foods more enjoyable for you.
Enjoying what we eat and eating the foods that are good for us.
Yeah, so a lot of times people have this mindset of it's like one or the other. Like I'm either eating perfectly and miserable or I'm, extremely indulgent, but it's about going further and putting the two together.
I think that's especially true for people who have medical problems related to food. And I know my husband is diabetic, and he's kind of looks at food as fuel. It's like, well, this isn't necessarily good for me, but I have to eat it. And it would be so much better if he could look at it as, this is really good for me, and it's fun, and I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the goal for this year.
Yeah, and it's really exciting. And so I just wanted to mention some of the things that Erickson and Greenspring has already been doing to kind of go further with food. I was just talking with Michael this morning about, so going further with food is not just using food to your advantage so that you enjoy it and it's good for you, but minimizing that food waste. So Michael was saying how, we've switched to signature dining. So we have less food waste. So prior we were doing batch cooking, we'd have all this food that, we couldn't reserve or would go bad. But this way we are producing less food, but still feeding the same amount, and everyone is still being satisfied, but with less food waste.
Right.
So we're just obviously we're going to continue that, but that's just something that's important to note about our dining service program that we have here. And then two other things that I'm really excited and I want everyone to go to, so please come. The dietitians and I are hosting two events during March. The first one is March 15th, which is a Thursday, and it's going to be outside of the Jefferson, and it's called Go Further with the Salad Bar.
March 15th,
yes.
Outside the Jefferson Dining Room, and it's called
Go Further with the Salad Bar.
Go Further with the Salad Bar. And what's going to happen?
So we're just going to be having a tabling event, and we're going to show some ideas of maybe some things that you haven't thought about, like how to use the salad bar, because it doesn't just have to be to make a salad. So take an extra step, go further with your food, make it work for you, because maybe you don't like salads. But we're going to show you some ways to take some of those vegetables to get your fiber, your vitamins and minerals, and sneak them into your meals without having a salad.
Give me an example.
So, well, this is something I actually do at Potomac Cafe, and people have started copying me, so this is pretty cool. If I want to get a sandwich, I will go over to the salad bar and get spinach or cucumbers and tomatoes and kind of put it in the sandwich as well, because they have those at the sandwich bar, but like getting something extra and making it something a little more special.
So you go to the salad bar and get them, and then go to your sandwich person and say, as you make the sandwich, please add these to my sandwich.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah, and so we're going to show some more tricks like that to our residents in independent living. So I hope everyone comes and stops by. We may have a few giveaways for some people that come say hi to us. So.
Well, that sounds good.
And this is something that, it's not just for the residents who go to Hunter's Crossing, but those who go to the Potomac Cafe as well. So, I encourage all residents, because, we have two very nice salad bars, one in Hunter's Crossing,
beautiful salad bars,
and one in the cafe, and I think it's something that our residents can definitely take advantage of.
Yeah, I agree.
And there are lots of ways that you can build the salad bar even to add that to your hot food. I know.
Yeah.
And I will get mashed potatoes instead of gravy, I will get a little bit of ranch dressing, not only to put onto my salad, but I will add that to my potatoes, rather than putting on a heavy amount of butter and sour cream and all of that. A little bit of ranch dressing will add a little bit of flavor without as many calories and as much oil. Just a little bit of stronger flavor will do the same thing.
Awesome. Well, you are welcome to join our event and help us. That's a good idea. I haven't thought of that one. So it'll be interesting to hear other residents' ideas too then. So
the
a place to come meet us.
15th of March.
March 15th.
Outside the Jefferson.
4:30 to 6. We'll be there.
4:30 to 6. We didn't get the time.
Yes, 4:30 to 6. And then the second event is the chocolate exhibition, and this is backed by popular demand. I've had so many people tell us how many people love the chocolate exposition last year. So we're going to do it again, and we're also going to have some giveaways. So it's going to be teaching our residents how they can make chocolate in their apartment. So it's going to be super easy, very simple, but we're also going to go further with it. So we think that chocolate is just some treat that we can only have every now and then, but we're actually going to be using cacao powder, which is the purest form of chocolate. So you're getting strictly the benefits of chocolate, and you're going to get that cocoa taste, and then we're going to add some little treats, some other things into it to get those benefits. So we're going to add some nuts, seeds, dried fruit. It's really going to be up to each resident what they want to add to the chocolate.
Okay.
But making it that treat that you think is, off limits, something that you can enjoy and has the health benefits that you want.
Well, this sounds exciting.
I know.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, and I think it's very educational too. You'll learn, everybody looks at chocolate like, I can't touch that. And when you realize that the many benefits that chocolate has, and again, everything, in a controlled amount,
So we can touch it with less guilt.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
And when is this going to be?
This is March 21st, outside of Woodland Skies, so the Woodland Skies lobby area. Right now the time is 3:30 to 4:30. The time may change depending on the flow of traffic and how many people we get, because like I said, this is a very popular event, and we are going to have some free giveaways.
Good.
So, and some taste testing.
Good.
So while supplies last, so hopefully people will come out and we get to interact with our residents.
So the date again?
March 21st.
March 21st, 3:30 to 4:30,
Yes.
and it is Woodland Skies Lobby.
Yes, Woodland Skies Lobby.
Okay, good. Has the Health and Fitness Expo been yet?
Oh, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't think
Okay, it
that
hasn't
one.
happened yet, because I know last year you had a table set up there and you had some salads there. So that was another opportunity to share some information with our residents.
Yeah. Well, we like seeing our residents, and it's good for us to get some feedback from them too. Like you just mentioned some things that I hadn't thought of. So
Good. Okay.
And I think you can attest to this, that the one thing with dining, we're very connected with our resident population.
Oh, yes.
Be it through the many town halls, committee meetings, just the interaction. I know when I walk through, talking with the residents, and I think including our dietitians, just the programs that we offer. One of the things I was going to say is coming in April, we're going to schedule another My Nutrition class, and Mary.
Oh, good.
We haven't picked a date. We're going to look at the calendar and see where we're going to hold it and what time. I've actually had a couple residents ask when
And
we're
for
going to do
those
that
of you who
again.
aren't familiar, My Nutrition is a computer.
It's a
computer
platform
program.
that is connected to, we utilize a program called NetMenu. NetMenu is the platform where we pretty much write our menus. It's a recipe vault. We do our ordering through that. We do our inventory through that. And My Nutrition is connected to that. So when someone goes on to My Nutrition and says, well, I want to see what the forest mushroom soup has in it, they can do that. You can do that for not just every venue here at Green Spring, but you can do that for every venue in an Erickson community. So if you're driving to Riderwood or Oakcrest or Ashby to see a friend and have lunch or dinner, you can actually look up that venue you're going to and see what they have on the menu for that day.
So to put it in real plain language, because you're throwing around a lot of computer terms there, like
Sorry.
platform and all of these things. What it will give you is basically the label that you would see on the outside of a package in the store.
Yep.
And it will show you the number of calories and carbohydrates and fats and
Sodium.
sodium and all of the ingredients, so that you can look at the dish that you're going to eat and say, okay, this is a good idea, or maybe not so much. Maybe I better look for some alternatives on the menu in the place where I'm going to eat.
And just some helpful hints. When you do look at the ingredients label, understand that the first item is what there's most of, working
That's
backwards.
a really good reminder.
Yeah, so when you were reading a label and you're like, okay, it has A, B, C, D, well, A is going to be the largest amount of product in that whole item.
Right.
And as you go to the end of it, that's where you get more minute amounts of product. So, take that into account when you are looking at the label. So we're going to be running that class. A couple notes, obviously, that the restrictions due to the GI and norovirus have been lifted.
Yay.
So the
Good
coffee
news.
stations are back.
Yes.
The coffee stations are back up and running. You don't see the restrictions in the cafe for the drink station. You'll see the tabletops now have the salt and pepper and the sugar caddies
And
on
the
them.
comment cards are
And the
back.
comment cards are back. And, I know I sound like a broken record, but yes, we do read them. You can attest to that.
Yes.
And it's a great way of, it's one of the better ways of communicating. A lot of residents, listen, you have your personal preference. We understand that. Or suggestions. Listen, we write the menus every 30 days. So if we see a decent amount of, hey, we haven't had so-and-so in a while.
And please tell our dining staff what you like and what you would like to see more of.
Yeah, absolutely. Please suggest, some residents say, we haven't seen lamb racks. So now Fireside is running those as a special. I think in the coming months, we may be seeing it in Woodland Skies as part of the main menu. So, we do hear your comments and we do listen to them. A couple other things, obviously, next week is St. Patrick's Day. So we will be closing down, or I guess putting a hold on signature dining, and we'll be running specific menus in all the independent living, and they'll be doing it in Garden Ridge too.
Any idea what we're going to serve that day?
I hear there may be some corned beef and cabbage.
That would be pretty appropriate, wouldn't it?
There might be.
I heard Jason say something about some green beer.
We are looking at green beer in the venues, and some special desserts.
Okay. What does one eat for dessert when one is Irish?
Maybe a Guinness cheesecake.
Oh my God.
There's a thought.
Irish soda bread? Is that good?
Irish soda bread would be appropriate.
Some shamrock cookies.
That sounds good.
I think they had some chocolate and green and white iced eclairs.
So this is not a guarantee of your menu, folks. These are just ideas we're throwing around.
But again, with the comment cards, if
That's
there's
right.
something you'd like to see for St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
But I know the menus are going to be posted very soon. But you'll see obviously the corned beef and cabbage, maybe fish and chips, a couple other items that we'll throw in there. Beer cheese soup or I think they're doing the lime jello
That would make sense. That's
over
green.
in Jefferson. So there's a few things that you'll see.
So be sure and dress in your green clothing that day.
Or you won't be in the dining
There'll
room.
be a special discount.
Don't
Careful what you say now.
Right. Again, in March, for all those college basketball fans, there's March Madness. So we're looking at doing some special in the bistro to
that would be fun.
for that. We have on the 30th our mix and mingle with the exec team.
Okay.
So that we highly recommend. It's a chance for the residents to come out and meet your executive team. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or just want to get to know somebody, it's a great time.
And Jason mentioned on Monday that there might be some snacks there.
We might have a few morsels for people to try. So we have a lot of things coming up. A couple other things I know was mentioned at the Coffee with the Exec. We are going to be changing out our coffee program.
I was going to ask you about that. What's going to happen? Why are we changing?
The change all depends on we have purchased equipment and received it. So there's a lot of detail involved when you do something like this because we're changing out the machines. We're going from where we have a concentrated liquid coffee to a fresh brewed. So we order, how the process works is that we place our orders for our coffee with a company called Brisk, and they're in Tampa, and we order whatever amount we want. They will roast it and grind it and ship it to us within 48 hours, 2 business days. So if we order on a Monday, we will receive that coffee on a Wednesday.
So the coffee we've had will be good, But the coffee we're going to get is going to have a fresher taste.
It's a fresh ground. I don't think
Okay.
you can really beat that.
So what we're
for
going to get
coffee.
is even better.
Absolutely. Now, the change does not involve the lobby coffees. This is only in the venues.
Okay,
I
so the
wanna
lobby
make that-
coffees are not changing.
There's no change coming to
This is the
that.
coffee in
Correct.
the venues. Okay, that's
Correct.
good to know.
So I think everybody, we did a tasting about a year and a half ago with this coffee with some residents on the dining council, and they're very pleased with it. You know, we brewed it for them, and they tried it, and we gave them a couple to try, and the one that we're serving is pretty much the one that they liked.
Good.
So I think everybody's going to be pleased with that.
And when will we start to see this?
I don't really want to put a
Or
date
taste this.
because there's a lot of variables involved. There's some electrical work that has to get done. There's removal of old equipment and installation of new equipment. This is probably going to be a 2-day process when we do it, so we don't have any hiccups. So once we get clarification on these dates, we'll definitely communicate that out so that the residents know. But we'll definitely give enough communication on that. But I would see that we would hopefully be switched over by the first week in April.
So we're not
That's
going
what-
to be coffeeless at any point.
You will never be coffeeless because that's why we're breaking it down to a 2-day program, because each venue's getting 2 machines. So we're going to do this half in each venue day 1 and this half day 2, because if there is a hiccup and there's a problem with this machine, we still have one that's hooked up, running
How many gallons of coffee do we serve at Green Spring every day?
a day.
Yes,
Well, how many residents do we? How many? Well, it's
we have
easy.
1,950
Okay,
residents.
so
at
let's
Green
say we do around 2,500 meals. Let's say we do, for argument's sakes, 2,000 cups of coffee,
A
give
lot.
or take, and let's say that's at 6 ounces. So we're talking 12,000 ounces of coffee. Divide that by 128, a couple gallons.
We have a caller.
Absolutely.
Caller, please tell us your question.
Hi, yeah, I'm new here to Green Spring, and I was wondering what dining room I'm supposed to use.
Oh, that's a good
Great question.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So the one thing with signature dining is that I recommend our residents travel. You're a proponent of that, and I know you do
I
some
think
of that.
everyone should
And I
travel
think
and
if you really
try
want
every
to
dining
get
room.
a true feeling and the true, I guess, dining experience at Green Spring, I encourage you, I welcome you to try every venue, you know, and rotate it around. One, because you'll have the variety, because none of our menus are duplicated anywhere. So what Woodland Skies is running the 30 items on their, or 25 items on their menu, maybe one of them or 2 of them, and maybe a salad, are duplicated in Fireside. And then Jefferson's menu rotates on the daily. So, and then you still have the cafe. So I think we looked at it between all those added up, there's somewhere of like almost 70 entrees you can choose from.
And we would invite you, if you're not familiar with it, that there is a printed menu available in the area where your mail cubby is, that you can study and decide which dining room you may wish to go to each
Correct,
day.
and that's usually available every Thursday afternoon for the
Yes.
next following week. And again, it's a great tool that you can use when you're on My Nutrition.
I was just about
so
to say
you
that.
can look
Just
at My
about to say
Nutrition and
it.
say, I want to have this, this, and this, and you can say, well, maybe I'll back off on that and I'll add that to it.
Now, let's add another piece there. If this gentleman is new here to Green Spring, to find My Nutrition is very easy. Go to your website, to your Google page, and all you need to do is type in My Nutrition,
Correct.
click Enter. My Nutrition will come up, and you will have a page where you choose which Erickson community you live in.
Then the venue.
Click Green
right?
Spring, and then within Green Spring, you'll be able to choose which dining room.
I think we're going to have her come to our
Yeah,
next
you
class
can
and
teach
give it. I
it,
think we're
too.
going to let you give the next class.
There you go.
We're just going to sit in the back. And,
Okay, you can do that.
But I
I'll
think
make a fool of myself.
I truly, you know, I get a lot of residents like, while I only eat in Fireside, why can't
Well,
we have?
that person's lost
And-
because they're missing a lot of good foods in other places.
And I say a lot of times that is by choice or by convenience. And I understand that, but to get a true taste of, and no pun intended, of the dining experience here, you really need to travel around. And I understand that some residents may have restrictions, but I understand also that we do have a shuttle service that can take you to the different venues and plan your day. I really encourage you, if you really want to get a full, I guess, dining experience, to try all the venues. You may pick one. I know you're a fan of the cafe.
Just because I have no patience, but that is my choice.
But a lot of people, some people like the Jefferson. They're visual people. They want to see my
That's
food.
right.
Some people like Woodland Skies and Fireside because they want to be served.
That's
I
right.
want to sit here and have everything brought to me.
That's right.
That's fine. So there's a little bit for everybody. And then you may like, well, I love the soups over here, or I like the specials they do over there. But you're never going to know until you try them all.
There's a lot of variety out there
Absolutely.
and a tremendous amount of wonderful food.
Absolutely.
Yes, right.
So we have our first day of spring. Sorry, I have to use
Coming
my-
right up.
Yeah. So the first day of spring, March 20th, in the lobbies, we're going to have a complimentary sorbet.
Oh, and also on March 20th is a town hall,
Correct.
a dining services town hall in the Fireside Dining Room at 10 o'clock for Fireside Dining Room people and at 11 o'clock for the Potomac Cafe people.
And I'm glad you brought that up. It was on my notes, but I think, again, another form of communication that we have here. And this is a meeting where obviously residents come with their concerns and their comments, but also if you have any questions, there's also time after the meeting, that you can sit and talk with either the chef or the GM or the
Right.
managers there. And it's just a great opportunity to also hear what's new in the venue, what's
Right.
going on.
Right. And I think we have another call. Is that correct?
Is that all right?
Yes, please. Tell us your question.
I want to know what they're going to do about the 7 days a week I like to eat at Jefferson, and I want to know what they're going to do about it.
And what is your concern, sir?
I like to eat at Jefferson Dining Room, and I want to be sure that they're going to continue having dinner there every day.
He said make sure that they're continuing to have food there every day.
Oh, yes, we will have food at the Jefferson every day. You will be able to eat there every day.
What?
You will be able to eat at the Jefferson Dining Room every day.
Okay.
We welcome you there
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
And is it always at noon or sometime other time?
No, there's dinner Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday they run a brunch.
I didn't get that. Say it again, please.
There's dinner served Monday through Saturday every week, and then on Sunday they run a brunch.
Sunday it's what?
A
Brunch.
brunch.
Hey,
Hold the line. Let me turn to my other ear. Now, see if I can hear you better.
on Monday through Saturday, it's dinner, and on Sunday, it's a brunch, starting at 11:30.
Okay, Sunday is the only one that's different.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Now, I interrupted you, and you were telling us about sorbet on the 20th.
On the 20th, to celebrate the first day of spring, so in all the lobbies, and there'll be notification on that. Village Square lobby will be a 11 a.m. Town Center lobby will be 1 p.m. Hunter's Crossing lobby will be 2 p.m. And Garden Ridge main lobby will be 1 p.m.
Okay,
So,
I have a nutrition question.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm good. I'm putting Mary on the spot. Nutritionally, what is the difference between sorbet and ice cream?
Sorbet doesn't have dairy in it, right? So if you're lactose intolerant, you can have sorbet. And it's typically more fruity as well, so you get a little bit more of a different taste. Whereas,
It's a different taste,
Yeah.
but not necessarily any fewer calories.
oh no,
So
no.
the
It's a
only
different
difference,
texture, too.
it's a different texture,
Prepared differently.
smoother, not
No,
as
ice
smooth.
cream's
No.
more smooth.
I don't think I've ever had sorbet.
Sorbet's more
Really?
of almost like a frozen slushie.
Yeah.
So it's good, it's tasty.
Delicious.
And
It's
if I'm
tasty. It's very
lactose
refreshing.
intolerant,
Yes.
Lactose
I can
intolerant.
come on down and enjoy
Absolutely.
it. Thank you for the education. I didn't know. I probably should have
Of
known
course, that's okay.
that. What else do we have, Michael? We have
You know, I
about
thought of
3
something.
Go
that
ahead.
We have about 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay. So the dining services for the next 6 weeks, we're actually going to have 2 student interns with us.
Excellent.
So they're going to be, I've met them already. They're working on becoming a registered dietitian, actually. So what
Good.
I am, and they actually are going through the same program that I just completed. So you will see them hopefully.
Train them right.
Yeah, train them right. They're going to be rotating throughout the different dining facilities, and so you may see them, so you should stop them and ask them some nutrition questions to keep them
Good.
on their toes.
Good.
I think that will they be?
If they're going to be here in April, so
They
if
start
they're
next
here,
week.
we might include them in our My Nutrition class.
I think that would be good
Let
for
them
them.
that'll definitely be a
Yeah.
good observation for them and
Good.
chance to talk to the residents. But as Mary said, yeah, they're going to be here for, I think it's
They start next week.
4 to 6
weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Good.
Yeah.
And they're in, as Mary said, in all the venues. They're going to work hand in hand with all the managers and the chefs. So it's a great opportunity for them, as well as for us.
Good.
So and we've done this before with Virginia Tech. So
I'm
a
glad
great
we can be
program.
a learning experience for them.
Yeah. And they're actually going to be on Channel 6 in I think 2 weeks.
Good.
So everyone will get to see them then if you don't see them in the dining.
So they'll be
facilities.
helping us all learn.
hunt them
Yes.
down.
That's
Them down,
right. That's
ask them
good.
questions. Yeah.
Excellent. Good deal. Anything else that we should add today?
Just so everybody knows that next, I think the 15th, we have our big sales expo over here in Woodland Skies. So please understand, and I know that communication will go out, that Woodland Skies will be closed for lunch that day because
Okay. That's the 15th.
Yeah, the expo runs from the 9 a.m. to around 2 p.m.
Okay. So if lunch that day, check out the Potomac Cafe, which,
you
by
go.
the way, has some wonderful new sandwiches.
Absolutely.
So
sandwiches.
check out the menu. They have some great new sandwiches.
And
Try
new
them out.
additions to the salad bar.
And new additions.
Yeah,
It's
let's
great
say I think
also.
Chef Mark and Shannon and William and Corey and the whole team over there, they're doing an
They are going
amazing
full
job.
speed.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job.
Doing a great job.
good.
Thank you both for
Thank
coming
you.
today. We'll look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all the good